Welcome to Two Hotties and a Naughty, a podcast about life's little victories, hotties, and constant disappointments, naughties. Here are your hosts, Michael Beck, Hicks, and Dwight Slappe.
Welcome to Two Hotties and a Naughty. My name is Michael Beck.
I'm Hicks.
And I'm Dwight Slappe.
Boys, I'm going to kick off our first segment with a topic that I put a lot of time and effort into researching over many days, which is, what is your hottiest last-minute procrastination story? So early, just get rid of all of this car story in post, Sullivan. Just all of it. Go straight from the intro music to right now. Don't even let us introduce ourselves.
People love car talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
I have passed myself off as an engineer from MIT sometimes, like the car talk guys, but okay. Anyway, why aren't
we number one?
We have a great show for you today, listener. A great show. So early in my relationship with my wife, this was 15 years ago. I, for reasons that elude me, was working on this and finished the stupid master's degree in educational psychology from West Virginia University, and go Mountaineers. And and this thing, I mean, I was working at the university at the time. I should also say, as always, my views do not reflect those of my employer. I was working there at the time and thought, okay, yeah, great, this stupid degree. And I was in this class that I had really been college freshmaning it in this class. Just like I would go once in a while to attend the graduate seminars, and this is not at all the way you're supposed to behave in a graduate course. I was sort of half-assing a lot of my assignment due dates, and the professor for the class, a very kind woman, said, look, just get everything to me by, I don't know, like such and such a Tuesday at 10 a.m. So I, of course, waited until Monday morning to start working on all of this work, and worked like all through the night. Crystal helped me, but of course in an ethical way, where she was not doing the work for me, especially if my employer is listening right now. I was doing all of the work, and it was terrible. It was a horrible experience. And in the middle of all of it, in the middle of the night at, I don't know, like 3 a.m, Crystal said, okay, we need to stop and go outside. And we went outside, and she put down a blanket in our backyard, and we laid down on our backs and looked up at the stars. It was a beautiful, beautiful evening. The stars in their majesty. And then after 5 minutes of that, her timer went off on her phone, and she said, okay, you have to go back to work now. And I went back to work and was submitting the last assignments for this dumb class minutes before the deadline. And from that experience, I learned not a goddamn thing. I still put things off all the time. I'm too old to stay up all night to finish it anymore. But yeah, there we go. That's my tale of procrastination woe.
Yeah, hopefully you learned that Crystal's too good for you.
This is a lesson I learn every moment of every day.
It's a daily lesson, yes.
An hourly lesson.
So, okay, I know it's gauche to talk about money. So estimate, how much money do you think you've earned from this degree of yours in educational psychology?
How much have I earned or how much have I lost? Because the biggest value is that it lets me call myself an educational psychologist sometimes if I really want to be a jackass about something. And of course, that is without limit in terms of value. So,
I know you really struggle on that front. How, God, only if there was a way to make myself sound like a jackass, a pompous jackass.
Maybe a cool jackass title to go along with it.
I've been thinking about it for 36 straight hours. Crystal, to the blanket. I need a break.
Set your timer for 30 minutes. Then it's back to jackassery.
When that timer dings, I want you to put a pillow over my face and smother me to death.
she really missed an opportunity there. Really, really missed an opportunity there. Slice, what is your hottiest procrastination story?
Man, I mean, I think in the same vein as yours, I'm going to have to go with college story here. Not quite as far along in my college career, but it was my freshman. It was either my freshman or sophomore year. No, it was freshman year. We had, as a theater major, set design class, and where we would have to get these massive pieces of paper. I think it's vellum is what it's called, and we had to draw with these specific tools and pencils and all these elaborate like rulers and right angles and things like that. There were even fucking okay, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it's a stencil, but it's for erasing, not for drawing, a stencil for erasing, so that you had to make your corners so crisp, so clean that you would use those so that the lines would not go overlap, but it'd be a perfect 90-degree angle.
Whoa. This is a God-fearing podcast. I can't have you talking about the Satan's own erasers on this show. Good Lord.
So
maybe I was just super high, but think about a stencil, but for erasing.
Erasing, right?
So is it like that spirograph stuff where
it's like a little it almost be like a pocket stencil. It was like a little thing. It looked like the size of your wallet, like a credit card, but it had various little like slits in it where you could like erase like various widths and whatever. It was crazy. I didn't even know what it was whenever I saw it, and then I was like, oh, I can't remember what it's called. Sullivan probably knows. Maybe it's just stencil eraser. But anyways, so what happened was we had to draw, a big assignment was we had to make a set for a play. And I kept putting it off. I was like, I don't know. I had shop in 8th grade. This can't be that hard. Where I had to draw like a little plan or whatever for a towel holder. So, and here I was, 19 in college, and naturally going out to a place that participated in what was called a quarter pitcher night, where you could get pitchers of beer, cheap, horrible beer called Southpaw, for a quarter a pitcher. And I went out and drank many of these pitchers of said beer, and then, said, oh yeah, that thing is due tomorrow. And so I got back at it was a little after 1 and in the morning, and proceeded to pull an all-nighter, doing the drafting. I think I did the importance of being earnest. So I was really stupid to do something that was a little more elaborate there. But anyways, I did it, and it worked out really well. And our professor, Mike Murphy, he was damn good at what he did, and he's not a pushover. And I ended up getting an A on it, while all these people who had been working on this for like days and days got B's and got dinged on all this stuff. And but there I was in my dorm room freshman year, taping down these big pieces of vellum and going to town after all these pictures. I mean, I just entered the zone, I think.
Now, they didn't use this this design for Marshall's hit production of the importance of being earnest, right? In the year 2000 or so, 2001.
No. And unfortunately, mine was runner up, but
Yeah,
you know, they went with professional, I guess. You know, whatever.
Finally, something could have really brought the three of us together. The success of that show.
So Slice, do you still have this the set design on vellum, or is this...
God, no. I probably
just
tried to
pan
see
back in its frame behind.
the vellum. It kind of resembled rolling paper, a little thicker rolling paper. I probably tried,
Hell
you know,
yeah.
ran out and was like, hey, maybe. No, it didn't work. But no, I got rid of that. You know, I'm pretty bad about hoarding and keeping things, but that wasn't really too special of a memory, I guess. But I just kind of wanted to be done with that class, in all honesty, because I don't want to try to build any sets or design one, let alone or draw with a damn stencil eraser.
The
Right.
listener will be delighted to know that we've now reached the part of our show's progress where we're talking about memories that aren't that important.
Yeah.
Dwight, what's your procrastination story?
Well, once upon a time, I was involved with a theater company, back to theater stories, a theater company called Charleston Stage Company in Kanawha County in West Virginia. And they tried for Black History Month to put on... They tried to put on A Raisin in the Sun. And when I tell you 2 Black people showed up to audition for this, I am exaggerating by one. One Black person who I believe also worked in the theater. So, and they had all this time blotted out, theater time. They had a budget for the show and they just couldn't do it. And there was a lot of back and forth of what are we going to do with that time? And the director of the show asked me and our friend Jeff Bukovinsky, hey, is there a dream show you guys, because they knew we would do the show. Is there a dream show you guys would like to do? And we said, yes, we would like to do Glengarry Glen Ross, which had just had a revival on Broadway. So the rights were impossible to get. But we set it up the chain anyway, and we contacted David Mamet's management, because that's how we had to go through the publishing house and then his management to get the rights. And when we called, David Mamet himself was in the office and asked if we would put an ad for the Broadway show in our program. And we said, well, yes, of course, Mr. Mamet. He said, okay, we'll do the fucking show then. So we put up a good production of Glengarry Glen Ross in less than 3 weeks. And if you've ever read any Mamet or are familiar with a movie version of anything he's written, nothing is a whole sentence. It's very difficult to do, but a group of kind-hearted all dudes came together to do Glengarry Glen Ross. That's going to be my procrastination story, because I don't think I have one that ends well. So that's going to be the uplifting procrastination story that I tell.
See, and that's why I went with drunken drafting, because usually mine, there's nothing hotty about it. They all end poorly. If it was a naughty category, I could give you tons. I could write a novel for you here. But that one at least had a lighthearted ending.
How are we to spread the critical gospel of procrastination to the airwaves if we don't lard on all of these good angles? Yeah.
In retrospect, you don't really want to talk to David Mamet anymore. He's not really that cool.
Yeah. Well, what he is now is a horrible old rich man who does not connect with how reality is anymore. That's a bummer, but it will come for all of us.
Oh no, it will never come for me. You should see my bank account. It's very it's so little.
Oh, But by it coming for you, I mean David Mamet. He's going to hunt you. He's gonna hunt you down, and
I bet he calls me the C word.
Okay, boys. So Thanksgiving was last week, and if you're like me, you gorged and you got your fill and then some. So that brings me to this next hottie. What's your hottiest food buffet? That place you go to kind of have a Thanksgiving on the fly where you can just help yourself to...
Finally, yes.
Yep, a food topic.
Yes.
I know we so rarely do these, so it's a real treat whenever we bring these out to play. So when I say food buffet, I mean, you can say like what is like specific restaurant or a certain, genre type. Have fun with it. Me, myself, and I love a good old fashioned Indian buffet. That's right. We got a beautiful one here in Huntington, West Virginia, Nawab. Great. That was my introduction to an Indian buffet. But then I moved away to the Washington, D.C. area and found this little great place called Metro Dhaba that had a $5.99 lunch buffet and also did what is it called? Stone fire pizza? No, that's not right. Wood fire pizza. That's what it was. But it was a big stone oven. Like they would do that. They would make the naan in there too. And it was awesome. But yeah, man, I had never been introduced to Indian food until I came to college here at Marshall. And so someone said, yeah, you got to check this place out. And I was like, well, I know Chinese buffets, but Indian, I don't know. What do I get? And I went and I said, well, it's rice. The rice is a little different, a little longer grain here. Okay, I can work with this. This bread, ooh, I like bread. Naan might be the perfect bread if I'm being honest. And don't even get me started on those samosas, boys. Woo-hoo-hoo! Any samosa freaks in the house?
Well,
I'm raising my hand.
Yes.
Slice. I think did Food Club predate you?
No,
Did
I
you
was
ever
a food
go to-
club.
Okay.
Till the quiver. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. I have a very strong memory of Justin McElroy eating so many samosas at Nawab that he threw up a little bit on the table. during Food
Wait,
Club.
maybe I was there. I don't know if I was there for that one or not. But I went to many Chiden Garden experiences, but I don't know if I was there for that particular one. That might have been where I was introduced to.
Sir, we did not go to China Garden. We went to
what was
Magic
it?
Walk. Magic Walk.
Magic Walk. Was
Magic
that the
Walk by
We
the
went to the
Radio
one that was-
Shack? Local geography of places that don't exist anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Top
But
of-
no, we went to China Garden too.
It was
Once or
across the
twice.
street from Burger Chef.
We'll talk about this later. But yeah, you get tiki masala, you got palak paneer. Yeah, I'm saying these wrong. I get it. But butter chicken, keep it simple, white boy, is, give me that butter chicken goodness. But they've even got desserts and things that I do not know the names of those desserts, but they are delicious. Yeah, I think that's honestly,
I love your cultural outreach corner that you've started.
that's right. See?
He's ready to learn.
That's it. I was just so blind and so naive. Then that sweet, sweet samosa hit my lips, and it was like enlightenment. I was there. It was like in the Bhagavad Gita, and I was just chilling, eating my naan, eating that palak paneer. Vishnu was there. It was beautiful.
There's a Nawab in
Nehru
Charleston.
was also there.
Yes.
And who else? And Gandhi, of course. All of
whole crew.
everyone I know from Indian history, all right there.
That was my own food club. There we go.
There's a Nawab here in Charleston too, and we got takeout the other day, and I decided to live dangerously, and I ordered my lamb tiki masala medium, and they did not fuck around with that medium.
No.
I knew better, but I had to push it.
Yeah.
And I finished it. I didn't want them to think I was scared. I next time we ordered, I was like, I love that medium. It's so good.
Oh yeah. I love spicy food immensely, but at Nawab, whenever we were in visiting one time, and they had the different levels of heat on there, and it goes up to there's spicy, but then there's Indian spicy.
Oh no.
And I said, well, let's see what Indian spicy is all about. And I am not lying when that is the hottest that I have never tasted anything to that spice level. And it was, I finished it, not that night, but I have never sweat as profusely while eating a meal. It was, the flavor was so great, but it was almost to the point of, I can't do this. Why am I doing this to myself? I did eat the leftovers the next day when they were cold because it kind of cooled it down a little bit, and I still had some non-leftover, but I will never again order Indian spicy. Never. Dwight, lay your buffet on us.
I love a breakfast buffet. A breakfast buffet. If we're gonna single out a specific one, I'll go with the Shoney's in Lewisburg, West Virginia. It's always fresh. Not one of those half-assed Shoney's. Shoney's is a regional restaurant, if people are not familiar with it. It's like a dive/chain restaurant that is buffet based. You can order off the menu, but they're gonna look at you weird. But this one in Lewisburg is magical because you walk in and at first it's like a gift shop. And from what you can tell, they sell stuffed animals and women's purses. And that's it. But if you can make your way through the maze of handbags, just follow your nose. Oh, that breakfast buffet is waiting for you. And I'm talking about bacon, ham, sausage, all the good breakfast meats, a piping hot vat of gravy, fresh biscuits, eggs. I mean, there's salad there too. I've never tried it. I'm sure it's great. But you've got pancakes, you've got waffles, you've got some French toast sticks. Let's not get crazy. French toast sticks.
Best part.
Is that your preferred French toast vessel? The stick?
It blew my mind the first time when I was a kid and came up and went and ate at the Shoney's on the west side of Huntington. And we were on our way up to do Christmas shopping at the Huntington Mall. And we stopped in there, and I had never heard of or seen a French toast stick in my life. And when I ate that thing, it was like when I was at Nawab and I reached enlightenment as a child. Like there it was me and Shoney Bear out in a field, just dancing, frolicking. And it was glorious.
Shoney Bear, Nehru, Gandhi, all of you holding hands over French toast sticks.
It was so good.
You know who's got a killer a French toast stick is Burger King. Have you ever had the Burger King French toast stick?
I have not. I have seen those, but I have not tried those.
And Wendy's is now trying their hand. Also pretty good.
Ooh.
But my deal at a breakfast buffet is I get some biscuits, I get some scrambled eggs, I pour gravy over all of that. That's a plate. And then there's a bacon ham plate. I'll look at the sausage, but buffet sausage dries out really easy. You got to watch that buffet sausage.
So fast.
And since I've got biscuits, there are going to be some fried potatoes there, but watch yourself. Either go biscuits or fried potatoes because you're going to fill up really quickly.
That's pro advice, right? Take notes, kids.
Yes, yeah. A classic don't fill up on bread or starches scenario.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then handle your business. And if you want to go back for a pancake or a French toast stick or something like that, that's a dessert second course kind of situation for me. I don't know what your all's game plan is for a buffet like that.
Yeah. I think you have exactly the right approach here, Dwight, where your French toast sticks are your dessert breakfast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, this reminds me, like my grandmother, she read this health book whenever I was growing up. I was raised by my grandparents, but anyway, it's called food weaving, I believe. It's all about how you eat your food. You're supposed to eat like your vegetables first, and then you eat your proteins, and then you finish up with the carbs. So she said, like, this is how your body is made to digest as efficiently as possible. So this whole food weaving concept was a big thing when I was a kid, and it really stuck with me. I think it's a bunch of bullshit, but for some reason, because I'm like, well, if a grown-up tells me this, it's got to be right. So it was like, eat my salads first, because people would always comment and be like, I notice you really don't mix things whenever you're eating. I was like, no, you got to food weave. So yeah, it was a really weird childhood. I had like deodorant crystals and seaweed toothpaste and other things
It sounds like magic. It sounds like she's casting a spell at the buffet.
Yes.
Well, whenever she reached the ethereal plane, Shoni Bear gave her this knowledge, and it was backed up by Gandhi, and then that's what I had to do as a kid. But yeah, so whenever I go to the buffet, breakfast buffet specifically, it's hard because I want the biscuits and gravy first. But if I'm going food weaving that day, then I got to get my protein first, because I'm not messing with any vegetables. And potatoes, those are starch, so they've got to be near the end too. So it's all the bacon, the sausages, if they're not looking too dried out, and just all that good protein. Eggs. Oh, I love those scrambled eggs. And then I switch over, finish it off with the biscuit. And here's what I want to know: what do you guys get for your beverage at a breakfast buffet? Do you go with a juice? Do you go soda? What do you go? Coffee?
I go with a sweet tea. Now,
okay.
if this was, and this is, if money wasn't an option, I would get juice. But juice doesn't have a free refill, and I like to not have to worry about my fluid intake as I'm eating.
Yeah. And you don't want the man placing limits on your hydration, Dwight.
No, absolutely not.
But
don't tell me how to build this palace that is my body.
See, that's what's nice about staying in a hotel, because it's almost like a mini breakfast buffet, and they don't limit you on the juice. You can go up. Mm-hmm. You get all that Minute Maid you want, baby. Fill me up. That's because OJ.
Slice, I'm so glad that you brought up hotel breakfast buffets, because one of and my wife will support the statement. One of the things I get the most excited about in the world is the concept of a higher end hotel breakfast buffet. But it's inevitably a crushing disappointment, because you think you're going to go in there and it's going to be like Shoney's. Oh yes, great, but instead it's weird cold powdered eggs and some kind of awful like pre-made omelets that have been nuked. And I mean, and like you can make your own bagel, and they usually have some cream cheese and things like that, but it's a bitter disappointment, and I fall for it every goddamn time I travel. Every time. It breaks my heart.
Mm-hmm. I've found some good ones lately, so I'll tell you guys where they are. Canton, Ohio. If you're ever at the DoubleTree, they'll hook you up. There's one in Charleston I was at recently too. It was pretty good. I think it was a Marriott, but anyways, I'll send that to you later.
So
I would love to know of a good one in Charleston, and I will go to it until they figure out that I am not staying there.
I got you. Yep, no questions asked. Just walk around like you belong, and pre-breakfast.
It's all about confidence.
This guy's been staying here for 3 months. What the hell?
Stay out of my marriage.
Such a weird price to pay for those weird little circle eggs. They have the little egg medallions.
All right, Beck, lay it on us. What's yours?
Well, my hottiest buffet is very specifically in Bloomington, Indiana, at an Afghan restaurant called Samara, which is in this very cool location on the Courthouse Square in Bloomington. And you have to go there circa 2015. That's when you need to go to this buffet to truly experience it in the joy that I experienced it when I lived there. And I liked it because there were different things. You know, back in the kitchen, I think they would just sort of make things out of the odds and ends. And there would always be some regular menu items on the buffet, but other things that were just kind of, yeah, we had, I don't know, some fish and these weird spices and a rutabaga, and we whipped up this thing, and here you go. Let's try it. They always had curried okra, which I really enjoyed a lot. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it was a great way to try different things on their menu that I probably wouldn't order like a full serving of. Because my wife and I often went to this restaurant. It was my favorite restaurant in Indiana. It was just a nice way to dip your toe in things, not literally dip your toe in things. They don't like it when you do that at the buffet. No.
So, like in 2015, before like CC's bought him out in 2018, and back when it was still pure.
Before it was definitely a vape shop.
It was next door to the worst Italian restaurant I have ever been to. But over time, I came to appreciate the horribleness of the Italian restaurant because I was pretty sure that it probably was like diverting business to Samara, which was great because I want Samara to stay open for 10,000 years. So thank you, terrible Italian place that I forget the name of.
Little Caesars. It's time for our naughties. This week, fellas, I'd like to know the naughtiest piece of advice that you've ever received. My answer, think about it. My answer is many years ago. I had just moved in with a young lady to cohabitate, and I had a job, but I didn't love it, and so she spent the weekend at her parents' house, and she came back home and said, "Dwight, my mother and I talked about what job is perfect for you." And I said, "Well, already I don't like this. I don't like that you all had this conversation. I don't like that your mother, who I've met once, has a strong opinion on the subject. But here we go." And fellas, you guys both know me a long time. Where would you put state trooper on the list of jobs you think
Get the hell out of here?
would be good for me? 2 legal adult human beings sat down, one of which knew me very well, talked about my strengths and weaknesses, and came away with state trooper. State trooper is what Dwight should be. And now that I say it out loud, maybe I'm being too harsh on this advice. I didn't follow it. Man, I'd have a completely different life if I had turned out to be a state trooper.
Just be almost time to retire. Last watch. There you go. You know,
Yeah.
You'd be wrapping up the illustrious career, busting all those speeders and hanging rock.
Think of all the friends I would have made along the way, because if you know me, the people I want to hang out with are West Virginia state troopers.
If there's one thing I know Dwight loves to do, it's back the blue. So,
This is tremendous content.
I can't believe you haven't heard this story before. Yeah.
So first, have they ever seen any haircut that you've ever had? None of the. I mean, let's just start here. You don't have that weird marine thing that they all have.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They know those hats aren't going to fit on heads of our size, right?
Absolutely not.
Just be comical.
And my flat feet, my giant head, and my tolerance of people different than me, it really just me. I don't think
Never
I'd be
make
very
it out of
good
the
at it.
academy.
I don't know. I think that any of us could come to enjoy abusing an overtime system. We need to remember that there are real silver linings here.
That's true. No matter what I do on the job, they'll just do an internal investigation and it'll go away very quickly.
Now, as your former one-time colleague, I'll say that's also pretty much how we ran things when you and I worked together too. So. So many internal investigations. Remember when we had to appoint that blue ribbon commission of you and me and Staple in the eye to determine whether...
determine the source of the black mold in the hallway? Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if anything ever came of that. I don't know. Government works slowly. Beck, what's the worst piece of advice you've ever received?
So when I graduated from high school, I received I was very lucky and received several different scholarship offers for colleges. And I was sort of talking over this decision with a beloved family member who I will spare from mentioning on the show. And my beloved family member said, if you're going to college for free, what you should do is still take out the maximum amount of student loans that you can and take that money and put it into the stock market, and you'll make a killing. You'll make a killing. This advice was given to me in mid-1999. Listener, I don't know if you know anything about American history, but the next 18 months were not great years, not a great time for the stock market. There's this thing called an economic bubble. We don't have these anymore. We've solved them. There was an economic bubble created by investing in the internet. I don't know how it works exactly, but I think like you feed money into that little floppy disk slot on a 1999 computer. And then
it's a tube system of some sort. It's a tube.
Yes. Yeah. I used to think the internet was like a big truck, but it's not. It's a series of tubes. Topical humor. And what I didn't do was borrow $150,000 and put it into the stock market. And had I done that, I think my life would be different. I think
made a lot more money than that stupid piece of paper that says thing.
My peerless financial acumen there really saved my bacon in this one specific instance.
I think Beck would have spent the next 25 years just trying to scrounge out of debt. He'd be a crypto bro at this point.
This is the one. Yep.
He'd be calling us like, no, this is the one. This is the one. It's called the butt coin. You guys got to get in on butt coin.
He's like, my bad. I slept on Bitcoin, but butt coin's where it's at.
It's the one.
It's the one.
Now, I sunk a lot of money into ass coin a couple of years ago. You guys remember that? This is not that. This is a different thing.
People weren't ready for ass coin. The bones were good, but people weren't ready for it.
Oh, yeah, no. It's in the past now. Ass coin. It's over. We lost our opportunity.
Got to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Get past ass coin.
That ass has sailed.
Slice, what's the worst piece of advice you've received?
Oh, so this came from my wonderful wife. Many years ago, before we were married, I was in grad school, and so this is tying together a lot of scenarios that we spoke of earlier. Grad school, which I went for theater and acting, and it was in D.C. And one of my students, what is it? God, all right, start this over. Fuck, God, classmate, thank you, Jesus Christ. Classmates, thank you.
Co-student.
Okay. So anyways, many years ago, should I just start this fresh, or are we just going to keep that in there?
No, I think we got to roll with it now.
Okay, roll with it. Whatever. It's late. I've been up. Okay. Anyways, one of my classmates, you can tell I got a grad degree. I can't even think of the fucking word classmate. I work at a college today. Hey, please still let me work there, even though I don't know the word classmate. But one of my classmates was from Minnesota, and if you're familiar with theater, American theater, major world-renowned, or country-renowned at least, world-renowned. Fuck, I am bombing this segment. I'm just thinking about Shoney's French toast sticks. God damn it. But it's called the Guthrie. So the Guthrie is a very well-renowned, revered theater mainstay in this country. And being from that area, she wanted to audition for this internship type program where she would go and do something during the summer when we weren't, having class. And
wait. I need to hear way more details about this internship program. Like, I want to know her work schedule. I want to know her specific duties.
I can't even think of the word classmate, Beck. Do you think I know these details? No.
And I'm already lost. Are we talking about your co-student who is going on this?
My peer student, my peer fellow, she was wanting to audition.
This makes me feel so much better about my first segment.
Yes. This is what I do. You're welcome.
Just wait. You'll re-listen to it, and that'll go away.
Please, Sullivan, I beg of you, clean this up somehow, salvage me. But anyways, she wanted to audition for this program, and the Guthrie would come and see her audition, but they weren't going to come for just one person to audition. They needed at least 3 people to come audition for this program to make it worth their time to come to DC and to see people, because they were the casting director. He's a pretty renowned guy in the industry as well, and it wasn't going to waste his time, no matter what. He wanted to see at least 3 people. So she begged me. She said, please, I know you're not interested in it, but who knows? Maybe you'll get accepted in the program and whatever. And so I said, okay, well, if it's a difference of you having the opportunity or not, you're my friend, I'll come do it, whatever. I didn't realize this was an audition where I had to sing. I don't sing. I do not sing. But so I asked Autumn, I said, I need to think of a song. What song do you think I could do and not just bomb and be horrible? Just something safe, something easy. And she said, what about Horton from the musical Seussical, Alone in the Universe? And I didn't really, I had seen a production, like a community theater production. I was like, oh, that was a charming little song. Okay, I'll give this a go. This big, lovable elephant singing this song about being alone in the universe. And I was like, okay, I'll do this. Well, I go, and I didn't know, if there was going to be like a piano accompaniment or anything like that. So I have this stuff trying to prepare, and I'm probably the only person in the world who ever did a audition where I paired Richard III with Horton from Seussical. So I go in here and I thought, okay, I'll do the song first. I'll get the rough thing over. Then I'll just really woo him with my Shakespeare here. Well, I start singing, and
my kingdom there is for a heffalump. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The who is a who, no matter how small. But yeah, so I go in there and there's no accompaniment. I just have to sing this, and so I do, and it's awful. It's the worst thing ever. And it's fitting that the song was called Alone in the Universe, because at that moment I had never felt more alone in the universe. And as this guy stared through my soul, and I just felt like, oh shit, this guy is probably like, so this is what the grad program is like here in DC. Ooh, this is bad. And so then I try to recover, and at this point I'm just like, this is the worst thing I've ever done. And I try to get through Richard III, and I do get through it, but it is probably the most unenthusiastic, like, get me out of here. I'm just never, I'm not going to act, I'm just going to quit this program that I'm doing right now, as a matter of fact. And yeah. And then my friend who went after me, well, she went, and hers was, I guess, about the same. She didn't get into the program, unfortunately. But then friend.
Did she also do Richard III and that Horton song?
Yes, and I thought she nailed it. She did better than me, but that didn't take much.
I think she sabotaged you is what happened. Sounds like
that's what she worked with Autumn. She had Autumn to suggest that. And but then our other friend, her roommate, who was also in our grad program, he went in there, and he was kind of like the same as me. He was like, yeah, I'm going to go, I'll do it or whatever, but it's just really to help our friend, to make sure they come and she has the opportunity to do this audition. And he gets asked to sing, like, he does his first two pieces, and then the casting director's like, great, what else you got? What else you got? Goes through like 12 different things. He's in there for like 15 minutes, and we're like, holy shit, he's going to get, like, we were just in and out. Like, we did our two pieces and we were done. And then he was in there forever. And I was like, you're in. He didn't get in, but still, I was like, wow, this makes me feel even more small right now. The fact that it was like, give me more. Yes, keep going. And yeah, I don't know, but that was the worst advice I ever got.
The advice was just the song choice?
Yeah, to sing. She should have said, the advice should have been, don't do the audition. Just don't do this audition.
You've had a lot of time to think about it. Is there a song you would do now? I mean, there have been some more jukebox musicals since this audition, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Is there? I mean, there's like a Billy Joel song. Or
here's why I'm not going to sing, because I'm not going to do a musical. I'm not built for it. I'm just. Why should I have to sing for my audition if I'm not going to sing in the production? Because if you're casting me as someone who sings, you have failed at your job.
What about something from Hamilton? I know you can drop bars.
Oh, I mean, I spit hot fire, but. I say it just kind of feels weird, being me and trying to get up there and do that. It's not.
You're right. It's wrong. No, somebody shouldn't be able to do everything, Slice. And it's good that you take a pass on that.
That's true. That's true. I like to let others eat now and then.
I have a great idea. Since apparently the Guthrie Theater will send someone if you can gather 3 people to audition for them, I suggest the 3 of us audition for the Guthrie Theater's summer internship program. We will all sing the same song and all perform the same monologue from Richard III. For equality, so they can have a standard, to judge us all by.
Right. Can I offer one note? It's just been my dream, and I think it would benefit Slice's skill set if we do One Night in Bangkok from the musical Chess as our song.
Yes.
The world is my oyster.
I hope they're ready for 3 studs in their stable of actors, because we are headed that way.
Leading men. All right here, baby.
Oh, yeah. And if they don't cast us, I'm going to use all of my stock market money invested in 1999 to buy that theater and burn it to the ground.
Asscoin's going to cripple you, Guthrie.
Thanks for listening, everyone. If you're interested in investing in Asscoin, please email us. We'll start you off on the ground floor. Just takes you and 10 of your friends, and you're halfway there.
We hope you'll come back next week and listen to more. I promise I'll get a dictionary and I'll learn some words between now and then. I promise. No singing though.
He won't do any of that. Don't you believe him for a minute?
That's gonna be my procrastinating story next week.
Listener, here's a guarantee you can trust. I'm going to forget shit I knew this week for next week, and I vow to learn nothing new. Nothing.
That's
And
our
I
promise.
love it.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. This has been Two Hotties and a Naughty, a podcast about life's little victories and constant disappointments, as hosted by Michael Beck, Hicks, and Dwight Slappe. Editing and production by Michael Sullivan. Our theme is Handel's Entrance of the Queen of Sheba for two oboes, strings, and Continuo allegro, as performed by the Advent Chamber Orchestra. Crystal Howe speaking.